Hi everyone, this is Dr. Ernesto from AttaboyCowboy, and in today's video I want to talk about one of my secret weapons, gum. Okay, when I was growing up, my grandma used to get really upset if she seen us chewing gum. In fact, if we blew any bubbles, she would take the gum away from us, and that's saying it nicely. So I never had the habit of chewing gum. So I started working in mental health facilities. I started learning about stress, anxiety, pressure, all these other kind of things that all human beings go through. Remember, all humans are the same. We all experience the same types of emotions and feelings. The only thing is that some of them at higher levels than others, okay? So in my daily life, to help me focus, to help me be more effective, to help me concentrate, and one of the things that really helped me was I talked to one of my good buddies who's a union negotiator for the school district in Los Angeles. And he's a big shot and he talks to all these union leaders and all these people. And I said, whoa, I go, how do you deal with that, man? All the pressure, the negotiating, all this other kind of stuff. Because I do it every once in a while when I go to court or I have some other situation. This guy does it every day. That's his full-time job. And he said, gum. Because I just chew gum and it just kind of chills me out. So I thought, well, let me try that. So I started chewing gum, and sure enough, it's very, very effective. And I'll explain why. They've actually done studies on it. And when you chew gum, you're moving your jaw, you're chewing down on this repetitive motion. It has a calming effect on you, okay? It's gonna increase the blood flow to your brain. It's gonna increase your alertness. So I use it when I'm driving long distances. It's gonna increase your reaction time, your cognition. Everything's gonna be sharper because you're gonna be pulling more brain up to you. Remember, when you're moving your muscles, that means the blood's pumping, okay? So as you get more of that blood into your face, and it's gonna help decrease wrinkles, it's gonna make your teeth stronger, so your teeth are actually gonna be around longer as you age. It's gonna keep your mouth cleaner because you're producing more saliva. All right, so there's a bunch of different benefits aside from focus, increasing your brain power, having nice skin, making your teeth look nicer. It also decreases stress, anxiety, and even depression because you have more blood going to your brain. And also, a lot of times people, when they're anxious or they're stressed, they need something to kind of burn off the energy. And you're just kind of chewing away at something, it relaxes you. When I was at college and I was studying, I would chew on carrots and it helped me study quite a bit. So if you're multitasking while you're studying or you're doing some type of cognitive task, you're gonna retain more information. There's a lot of studies that support that. In particular, I remember one study I read from Harvard where they were looking at students and they were having them engage in physical activity while they were learning. So chewing is physical activity. So when you're chewing gum, not only are you going to retain more information, but it's going to lower your cortisol levels, which is going to lower your stress, your anxiety, your heart rate, your respiratory rate, everything. So it's going to kind of chill you out. So I noticed that ever since I took up the habit of chewing gum, I'm more chill. I'm more focused. I just do a better job. And I go to a lot of presentations in clinics, schools, all sorts of different places. And it just helps me stay focused and it helps me relax. Now, obviously, while I'm talking, I take the gum out of my mouth, okay? But it allows me to stay calm in like high pressure situations. So if you're gonna go into a high pressure situation or you're just like under pressure all the time because you're stressed, you're anxious, pick up chewing gum. Now, what types of gum should you chew? Well, I buy usually sugar-free gum. Now, there's all the fancy gums, the xylitol and all these other things, special sugar, special gum from the actual gum tree and all that. If you have the money for that, that's fine. If not, you're gonna get the same benefit from good old gum. Just buy sugar-free gum. Now, you never want to introduce extra sugar into your body. Now, one situation where you might want to think twice or you want to talk to your dentist if you have TMJ or loose teeth or some other kind of problem, that might be different. Otherwise, chewing gum can improve your overall health. Now, another benefit that you can get from chewing gum is helping yourself with digestion and weight loss. Now, I remember I was in Ethiopia and it was during the famine. And everywhere I went, food was scarce. People were really thin. But every time I got on a bus or I went somewhere, I saw people selling these little sticks. And I thought, what is that? It must be like some kind of sweet peppermint or, something delicious, licorice root or something. So I bought some and I started chewing on it and it had no flavor. And I thought, hey, wait a minute, this is just a tree branch. So I asked the guy, I go, hey, what is this? What kind of herb is it? He says, it's not, it's just a piece of branch. And I said, well, why would people buy this? He goes, because we're in a drought. There are no trees. And it's true, it was like desert everywhere. It was arid. He says, and when we sell these little pieces of branch, people chew on them and they produce a lot of saliva. The saliva goes into their stomach and they feel satiated. So it helps the hunger pains. And as sad as it sounds, it's also a good thing because I tried it and I actually didn't feel very hungry. And I didn't feel hunger actually most of the time I was there from seeing all the people, seeing all the suffering. So I actually lost quite a bit of weight myself. But it just goes to show you that if you implement this in your daily life, it can also have secondary effects, like it can hold you over. A lot of times when people are sticking things in their mouth, like cigarettes or food, it's because they have anxiety or stress. So if you can help calm that stress or anxiety with gum, you can actually help with weight loss. That's evident when you speak to people that have like gastric bypass or any type of other elective gastric surgery to help lose weight. They'll have to go to nutritional classes, they'll have to go to exercise classes, psychological classes for several months before. The reason being is that they want to help the patient settle some of the psychological ideas they might have going on, because that could be the root of their eating problem. It's causing them to gain weight. So gum could be a strategy to help with some of those symptoms that may be causing you to overeat. So in summary, I've been using gum now for probably about a decade, and I've been recommending it in a lot of the mental health clinics I work at, pretty much everywhere. Orthopedic hospitals, nursing homes. And a lot of my patients have been taking it up as a habit. It's been very effective. They really like it. It calms them down. It helps them stay cool in their fire. And for some people, what I notice, it's kind of like a spring, okay? If you push down the spring, there's a lot of pressure. And when you let go, boom, it pops off, right? Well, chewing gum kind of like relieves the pressure on that spring in your mind, okay? So some people that I know that kind of have a short fuse, or they're anxious or kind of nervous all the time, when they chew gum, it kind of takes some of that pressure off. So they're kind of chill. So the good thing is that they have like a reserve. So when they go out in public or they go to work or they're in some type of stressful situation, they don't like, freak out because they're already relaxed. When they get some bad news or they hear something they don't like, they don't overreact. So it really helps with kind of lowering the pressure in some people's minds, including myself, so that when I get bad news or I'm in a stressful situation, I don't overreact. I kind of take it in stride. So overall, it's a really successful strategy for business, for health, for weight loss, and I really recommend it. And if you're wondering what this beautiful painting is here, I've been trying to show you throughout my video, it's Jean-Michel Basquiat. He's one of my favorite artists. And I'm here filming in Cali, Colombia. And the owner of this Airbnb I'm at just loves these paintings. So he has them in all the units. I just wanted to share it with you. So thank you for listening. And from Cali, Colombia, this is Dr. Ernesto. Thank you and goodbye.